And welcome back, guys. This is Adversify here, bringing you my Week 6 match of the APA Little Cup Wi-Fi League Season 2. And we are going to kick right off with the matchup here. So we're playing against Dai. He is 4-1, so definitely a very important match for playoffs, as will be the same record if we win, and we'll be 2 games back if we lose. And 3-3 is definitely not where I want to be. I'd much rather be 4-2. But thankfully, I do feel like my matchup's pretty good this week. So as you can see, my team is the same. His is Ponyta, Dwebble, Chespin, Elgium, Squirtle, Lillipup, Riolu, Sandshrew, Minccino, and Spearow. So right off the bat, kind of my main takeaways. Every mon on his team is affected by toxic spikes, except for Spearow, which is kind of a terrible mon anyway. So I definitely like toxic spikes here, especially because stuff like Dwebble, it can chip away at its sturdy. Other notes: Dwebble is his only normal resist, so Bunnelby is pretty good, especially because it does get Iron Head for the Dwebble. And nothing really enjoys taking Iron Heads. And I guess another takeaway, didn't really want to bring Hail because I felt like Squirtle was like super obvious bring. So I prepared for that, but didn't really what's it called? Didn't really want to bring the Hail this week, even though I do have ways to chip the Squirtle. I just didn't feel like it was great. But yeah, pretty much. Let's get into the team. So first up, got the Skorupi with the toxic spikes. They're just really good against his team. Knockoff, just a general good move in general. Aquatail is for Sandshrew, which might have spin. Although Squirtle also might have spin, but it doesn't really matter. Aquatail is just nice. It's also nice for Dwebble. And Ponyta for that matter, but like I'm not really gonna be staying in on Ponyta probably. But I guess Aquatail can hit a Ponyta switch in. And then Poison Jab just as a stab move. My best move to hit Squirtle, which is this other potential spinner. Next up, we have Amara. Bring a Refrigerate because I don't need Snow Warning, and I didn't want to break my Geodude Sturdy. So I have just the Rocks, which are really nice against Ponyta, Dwebble, his main 2 threats. Neither of them likes Rocks, especially not Dwebble. And then pretty much just coverage from there. Running the Shukaberry because I think that high horsepower is very likely on Ponyta. Given that Fire Stab, obviously, Wild Charge, obviously, because I have stuff like Wingull, and then I have stuff like Alolan Geodude, which resists both of those moves. Amara resists Rock Stab, and like it's neutral to Wild Charge, which it isn't Stab for Ponyta. Sorry, Amara resists Fire Stab, and so yeah, I think high horsepower is very likely bring, just to deal with the Alolan Geodude and the Amara. So that's why I'm running the Shukaberry. Trying to catch out that Ponyta and bop it with an Ancient Power. Next up, we have pretty offensive Alolan Geodude. Felt like the matchup was pretty nice once what's it called goes down. Sandshrew goes down. I felt like Rock and Electric Stab, the duo was pretty good. And Fire Punch just because like I don't know, it doesn't really touch Alolan Sandshrew at all. But maybe it'll be able to catch out like a weakened Sandshrew or like a Chespin or something. Next up, Wingull. Decided to bring the Tailwind this week because it can help me win speed ties if I have a free turn to set it up. And I didn't really feel like I needed any other moves. Maybe it could have brought Knockoff, but I didn't really feel like I needed it. Yeah, pretty much just the stab moves are going in. Z Tailwind's kind of cool if I need a boosted crit rate. Not really sure why I would need that, but it's mostly for Z Hurricane. And then Roost because, yeah, why not? You know, make sure I can stay healthy. Next up, we do have the Bunnelby because the normal resists are terrible on his team. Just return, quick attack, U-turn in case I need momentum, and then Iron Head to hit the one check that there is, which is, I mean, not that Dwebble is particularly great into Bunnelby, but it does resist normal, and I have a free move, so gonna run the coverage. And lastly, I have the Krabby here. I kind of threw on agility. It's not really an agility set per se. It's more of just a general offense, and then I didn't need any other moves, so I was like, I'll throw on agility in case I need it. But yeah, I feel like Water Stab's pretty good. It's really nice for wearing down stuff like Squirtle, which is otherwise kind of annoying to my team. Being able to knock off stuff, X Scissor, the Chespin, and just throw out Sheer Force liquidations pretty much. It's also another kind of a check to Ponyta because it does eat a wild charge, which is nice because I don't like Ponyta. It's just a very annoying mon to deal with, especially because like my best answer to it is Wingull, which is just like winning a speed tie, which is not a great answer. Um, that and Shuka Amara, but that requires Amara to have taken no chip, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, I actually don't have a replay because like I didn't save the replay, and because I can't, so and my opponent didn't either. But it's pretty much because we were kind of preoccupied. This was a very what should I say, controversial battle. So I'll kind of try and describe the game to you guys. Basically, we were mostly trading one for one, and it came down to Last Mon Bunnelby against Last Mon Chespin. So I had just quick attacked and revenge killed Ponyta, and then he sent out full health Chespin. So basically, I 2-hit KO with return 100% of the time. He never kills me with Seed Bomb unless he crits. But so I click return, and pretty much what happened was the happiness got reset when it was genned and traded to me, and I was unaware of this. And yeah, pretty much um, I didn't get the 2-hit KO because it did like 10% because Bumblebee was not very happy with me. So he did not crit with Seed Bomb. Ended up having to go for the Iron Head flinch. Didn't get it, and we lost in a game that we should have won, um, which is very frustrating, especially when it has big playoff implications, such as this one did. Um, you know, I guess it's kind of just a lesson to be learned. First league on Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi, not the biggest fan of it. I'm pretty much just joined the league because like I enjoyed doing Little Cup, not because I enjoyed doing Wi-Fi. But I mean, I guess that's part of Wi-Fi. I'm just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it. Um, you know, I guess kind of just it is what it is. So definitely, this one definitely should have been a win. Ends up being a loss, and I guess it's no point crying over spilled milk at this point. Not gonna get the win. So yeah, pretty much we're gonna fall to 3-3. Um, you know, playoff hopes kind of dangling by a thread. We do have a pretty tough schedule remaining. 3 out of our 4 remaining opponents in playoffs as of right now. So we're gonna really have to step up our game these last few weeks. Pull out some wins. Probably going to have to win at least 3 out of 4 of those games to make playoffs. I don't think going 5-5 is going to make it because only 8 out of 20 coaches are going to make playoffs. My differential isn't particularly great, just because I feel like I'm not really a differential player. You know, I don't really try and play for differential mostly. I just try and play for wins. But we are going to be taking a 1-0 loss here, sadly. You know, and yeah, Bun will be never going to draft this Mon in a Wi-Fi league again because like it doesn't get double edge. Pretty much the only other hard hitting normal stab that it gets is Facade, which is obviously very situational. Um, so yeah, definitely pretty annoying, especially because I would have 2 KO'd with U-turn. But I wasn't really thinking about. I wasn't like thinking, oh no, what if my happiness is wrong? Like I was just like, I'm just gonna click return because return 2 KOs. You know, stronger than U-turn against the chest spin. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week.